What's going on, you guys? Bumpkinbros here. Taylor and Riley.
What's up, everybody?
How have you been doing in this lovely last week, my friend?
Dude, I want to say very mixed because I'm hyped. Call of Duty, I am actually really excited for Call of Duty. The video game side, I'm pretty excited for. YouTube side, though, has been quite a letdown. I'm not going to lie. Every time I go on YouTube, there's some kind of drama. It feels like every day there's some new drama about some big YouTuber, and it's really bringing me down, dude. It's really bringing me down.
But our boy, Mr. Lex, he beat the allegations, dude. Congrats.
Dude. Oh my
We are
God.
so proud of you, man. The whole
It's
fact
awesome
that it
that
happened is awful, but, you know, the fact that, you know, you actually beat it, and, you know, we're not going to go too heavy into it. We want to touch base on that during this video, but for now, let's just... What games have you been playing recently, man?
Dude, okay, so I guess recently I've been playing a lot of Cuphead. I've been playing I've been on the PlayStation recently when I've been able to play some video games. Been playing some Cuphead as well as Batman Arkham Knight, dude. I've recently finished like City, and I was like, all right, I'm still in a Batman mood, so what do I play? And when Arkham Knight came out, I was like, this game, I don't want to play it because of the Batmobile, strictly because of the Batmobile, and I was one of those people. But the story in that game, I'm playing it right now, and it's hard for me to stop. Every time I play for like 4 hours, and then I need to go to bed. So that game its story is amazing. Overused Batmobile, but that's not a big deal. But what games have you been playing, man?
Well, recently, I have been back on that Call of Duty, dude. I'm getting myself prepped and ready for the new Black Ops coming out.
Oh, yeah, dude.
So
I'm going to start doing that, too. I'm excited. We're going to play some Cold War tomorrow. I'm hyped to start playing some zombies again, dude.
We played some World at War last week. I'm still working on that video, but it should be out here soon. But I hopped on some Black Ops 3 on my Steam Deck the last 2 nights. And the first night I played Moon, and I grinded that out.
Nice.
And honestly, for the people who hate Moon, you're just not playing it right, man. I know it's RNG based.
Isn't that a Black Ops? That's a Black Ops original, right?
Yep, that's a Black Ops original.
I love Moon. Who doesn't like Moon? I want their names, and I'm gonna... Never mind.
But essentially, I was playing that on Black Ops 3 because they remastered it in Zombies Chronicles, and I had the perfect setup going, and then just out of nowhere, even though I was playing a solo game, it disconnected me from the servers. So that really bummed me out, and I unfortunately needed to go to bed, so I did that. But then the next day, I hopped on.
Let's put some rips in the chat for Taylor.
Exactly, dude. Tragic. But I went and I hopped on Kino der Toten, best zombies map of all time.
A lot of people's favorite map of all time. Oh wait, that's a hated one, isn't it?
No, it's just a meme in the community that it's the best of all time, even though it's a very solid pick. It's a lot of people's nostalgic favorites, but the best, that's a stretch. Got to round 35, and then I got bored and I killed myself. So
Taylor.
I didn't. Well, that and my Steam Deck had like 20% battery, so I was like, you know what? I've pretty much done everything that I wanted to do in this game at the moment. I set up, got the Thunder Gun, got the Ray Gun Mark II. I was cruising, running through the rounds, and I was like, you know, probably time to plug in the Steam Deck, and then it won't. I can't just pause it because it'll disconnect me from the servers, apparently. So,
that's some BS.
But and then in my downtime, came down here and I downloaded not only Black Ops 1 but Black Ops 2, and got the DLC for Black Ops 3 to finish off the map pack. Downloaded a bunch of custom zombies maps for you guys for us to run through.
So I have to be able to do some of those for videos. That's gonna be so fun, dude.
And then also went and picked up COD Cold War so that we can easily make content.
Dude's getting prepped.
I'm getting prepped and ready for Black Ops 6, and we're gonna get that pre-ordered here soon enough so that we can hop into the multiplayer when the early access releases on August 3rd. But I
It's
mean,
August. Wait, August 3rd, or
yep,
are you sure?
August
August 12th.
30th. August
Oh,
30th.
okay, okay. I
My
was about to
bad.
say it was
Third.
August 12th, so okay.
3-0.
August
But
30th. That makes more sense. Gotcha. Okay.
yeah. But yeah, I mean, we are getting ourselves prepped and ready for the Black Ops 6 cycle and to get our foothold in the community because I mean, I don't
Yeah.
know about you, but I've loved the Call of Duty series since like elementary school. I mean, my first
Yep.
introduction to it was Black Ops 1 with my really great friend Mike, and me and him would go and play Kino der Toten and stay up late and all the late nights playing that. And then when Black Ops
Yep.
2 came out, and then us playing Town together and
Oh my
grind,
God. Yeah.
dude,
Dude,
so much
that's
fun.
so for me, my introduction was probably either MW2 or BO2. And it was probably middle schools before I was allowed. I wasn't like really into the series until I was 13 when I was allowed to get them. But around 11 or 12, I would go over to friends' houses. Me and you and another close friend of ours, when we were younger, we would just, I remember grinding either BO2, Nuketown, or MW2 survival on the snow map. I remember it was so fun, dude. Or that sniper game mode on the snow.
Dude,
I can't remember the game
so
mode, but
many good
so much
memories.
nostalgia memories on there. Yeah.
I mean,
So yeah, for me it was either MW2 or BO2, and then my first one that when I was actually allowed to was MW3. So
first one I was actually allowed to pre-order and buy was Black Ops 3. Still wasn't
first, okay, sorry.
18 at the time, but my parents
Yeah, yeah.
finally let me go and
They're like,
pre-order
all
it.
right,
So,
go ahead. Yeah. Well, for me, the first one that I got, that was an old one, MW3, but the first one that I was actually able to get when it came out would have been, let me think here. I think it would have been Infinite Warfare, but I didn't want to get Infinite Warfare, so that kind of sucked. It was the year after BO3, which is unfortunate because that would have been awesome to be able to pre-order BO3 and just play that game from actually its prime. But
speaking of Infinite Warfare, honestly,
there is some good aspects to it.
if there's one game that I do regret missing and skipping, it's probably that one. Like,
Yeah,
it
me
got
too. Out of
so
all the ones
much
I skipped,
hate with the trailer. I mean, being the
yeah,
most disliked Call of Duty
YouTube video
trailer of
of all
all
time.
time and YouTube video at
I
that
think
time of
YouTube
all time.
video, right?
It
Yeah,
was at the
at the
time,
time. At the
yeah.
time, I think there's something else now, but you're right. I think at the time it was.
But I mean, honestly, looking back, I mean, I missed out on Zombies in Spaceland when it came out,
Yeah,
and I mean,
that's
like
the big regret for me too.
that was like going back and playing it now. It's so much fun, man. I love that map,
Dude, it's so much fun. One of my favorite maps for sure. Like out of any zombies map, I love Zombies in Space. I'm a huge amusement park fan, so
dude.
like
Same
anytime
here.
that's used as a setting, I just love it. The Scooby Doo episode from the original show with the at the fucking carousel or
Yeah,
the
the
circus thing with the
abandoned
robot.
amusement.
Yeah, the amusement
Yes,
park. Yeah, so I just love it when it's ever used in anything. So it's just I love that setting.
I guess the first like Call of Duty like that I actually owned was because you said MW3 was your first. I remember when you got that; it was
That
for
was the
your
first one I
birthday,
oh, yeah, it
dude.
was for my 13th birthday. You were there.
Yep.
Yeah, it was yeah, one of our friends that
Yep. But
yeah.
what was it? My first one was World at War because I convinced my parents to buy me the World War II 3 pack with Call of Duty 2, Call of Duty 3, and World at War because the
Mhm.
two of them were teen rated, and then it was my way to sneak around and get an M-rated game so that I could
Yep.
finally get the taste of zombies at home and not just. Oh, that sounded sus. But get the taste of slaying zombies at home. Um,
Right, yeah.
but do do do
So
do. But
actually, MW3 was my first mature Call of Duty game, but my first actual Call of Duty game would have been Call of Duty 2 and 3, the Dupac from Teen, and that was I got that quickly after playing MW2 and BO2 with you guys, and I was like, all right, I'm a huge Call of Duty fan. Mom, can I get Call of Duty? No, but you can get Call of Duty 2 and 3 if you want. I was like, bro, I don't want those ones. I was like, come on, really, those ones, the old
biggest
ones?
bruh moment of
But
all time.
honestly, I love them a lot now as I've gotten older too,
Yes.
especially like great.
Dude, I love three's campaign. It's solid.
Three, yeah, three's campaign is solid. Yeah, I do, I don't like it as much as two, but like for sure, like I love the history to it still. Like it's still a really solid done campaign. But
Also,
if I pick between two or three, I usually pick two.
fun
Go ahead.
fact, that was Treyarch's first Call
Yeah,
of Duty game was Call of Duty
Treyarch's
3.
first. Yep, that was their very
So
first Call of Duty game, that's awesome. A
and they
great start. Love the voice acting. They have
gave
solid voice acting in the Call.
gave Infinity Ward the ability to come out with the banger that MW1 was.
For real, Call of
Dude,
Duty Modern Warfare. Yeah,
so good. But
so good.
dude,
All
I
right,
mean,
so Taylor, what are we talking about? Do you want to talk about the two topics we're gonna be talking about in this
yeah,
video?
let's I guess for now, let's run into I guess, you know, let's get the tough subjects out of the way
Yeah,
and
yeah.
let's talk about that first. I do cuz stay tuned because we're going to be going through all the new information that's
Or,
released with Black Ops 6 Zombies because we got the gameplay trailer, we got an entire
mhm.
blog post that goes over pretty much everything you need to know
Yeah, and
and
more probably.
yeah, and more. So, but so for this tough subject, we said in the beginning, and you know, it's never easy to talk about these things, especially if you've had personal experiences with similar situations,
hmm
being stuck in manipulative and toxic relationships that end up turning into allegations and accusations. And I mean, the way that Mr.
Horrible
Telexify,
accusations.
horrible accusations,
Horrible.
the way that Mr. Telexify handled it,
It might
with
be the best video I've ever seen for handling a situation like this.
yes, all my props and my hat goes off to you, Lex. With and I just feel awful for all the threats and everything that you'd been receiving. I mean, unfortunately, on the internet these days, when things like that happen, people just always assume the worst and they
Yep, just
assume
jump on the
it
first thing they see.
as an opportunity to attack people and use it to defame and see them fall because unfortunately as much as people love to see people rise to popularity they like to see the downfall just as much and I'm really grateful that that downfall didn't occur with you
Yep.
and unfortunately other people in the community, other content creators made haste judgment decisions. And, what you said in your video about not wanting to work with them again, totally respect it.
Yeah, beautiful.
Um, it's just, it hurts to see the community divided. It's almost like we're having our own Call of Duty Cold War. Bad joke, but um, where you have people like the Smith Plays and Patrick on one side because they jumped to conclusions along with other people that really don't need to be named. I mean, I really respected Crazy Rabbit's call to Lex's defense in the comment section of the video of Pat's
Oh yeah,
saying,
I saw
you
that.
guys gotta talk it out. I mean, there's no, at the end of the day, a
An
lot of
apology video at
things
least, or an apology statement at least, or something.
something like that, man, because I mean, done them dirty at the end of the day.
Really,
And
like he was your
for
friend for over a
two
decade.
people that I have grown up watching, respecting, aspiring to be like, and just you know being there for people, that in their dark times, they just needed a pick me up, and you guys were there for people and that sort of stuff with the funny content and all that jazz would be, it's things that people don't generally think about with YouTubing and content creating is that sort of side of things.
Yep.
And for the most part, it's really hard to see two people that you grew up loving and watching, and two best friends at the end of the day basically have this happen and break
Yeah.
apart like this and almost, it divides the community and it really doesn't help the community at all. And I feel that if there's a way that, you guys can get behind closed doors and, talk it out and chat, I mean, totally understandable if this doesn't happen for months down the line and whatnot for the whole situation to cool off. But at the end of
Yeah.
the day, I mean, the community needs to have a change. Unfortunately, it's not just this instance that has harmed the community. There's been instances building up to this that have been harming the community.
Yeah.
The what is it? There's been, so like with the world record pages, there's a lot of issues with like cheating and people's careers getting ruined and harassment and just blatant falsery. So it really sucks to see something like the world record boards be basically become useless at the end of the day because it's just ran by people that don't have the right intention for the community as a whole, and unfortunately, you know, don't exactly have the player's best interest in mind. And we need to get back to a point as a community where we're looking out for each other, and it's not just a I'm looking out for myself as number one. We need to work together. That's what a community
Yeah, that's what
is.
it was in the beginning.
That's what it was in the beginning. I mean, there's
It's like your
always been
parents getting divorced.
hiccups throughout time and everything like that. There's been map packs that have messed with the community's passion. There's been instances of cheating and world record attempts in the past that have harmed people's interactions with the community. The release of Black Ops 4 in general, let's be honest, just
Yeah.
almost destroyed the community. But we held strong and we held together, and we need to get back, and not just get back to a point where we were at, but become better than that. We want to make not only this next generation of YouTube and content coming out for the people that were once in our spots watching and enjoying the
Right. We want it to
content.
be like that.
We want everyone to be able to enjoy, we want them to experience what we were able to experience in Black Ops 3. And that can only happen if we all come together and put these issues and accusations and grow past them and move forward to a better, brighter future as a zombies community.
Yeah. You said that really well, and I was trying. I didn't want to like interrupt you, so
I
you did say
appreciate.
that really, said that really well, and I don't want to really comment because you said pretty much everything like that needs to be said about that. Um, and I don't really want to talk about it too much. I don't want to say something I regret as well. I'm kind of getting more mad thinking about it, so I think we should just probably
Yeah.
move on.
So
But
let's yeah, said what we need to say about the
said it
whole
really well.
situation, and now, like I said, time for us to move on. Time for us
Yeah.
to grow and build back
Oh,
together.
actually, I do want to say one thing. Um, I hope they can like at least let bygones to be bygones, but I really do see it hard to be what it was like back in its
There's
prime.
no there
Unfortunately,
is
I don't
no
think we'll ever
returning
go
to the
back to
prime.
that. Yeah,
Yeah, there's no
I
returning to that.
especially after doing something like that to someone you thought was your friend. I 100% respect Lex if he never even talks to the dude again
Oh yeah.
because like, that's some messed up stuff. But we need the community to come together at least, like just to come together and try to pull past it. But it's gonna be hard. It's gonna be hard. But
Yeah.
yeah.
But
All right,
I know that
that's all
we
I
can
gotta
do it.
say. So
But we can do it as a community,
yeah,
and we can move forward. There's a whole new next year of great content coming out. There's, I don't know if you heard about it, but supposedly the year after this is apparently going to be a Black Ops 2 remake
yes, dude. I am actually really hyped about that. Or in some kind of
in
realm. Yeah, like
some
a
way,
sequel
shape, or
to Black Ops
form.
2. I
Yeah,
don't think hopefully it's not a remake. 'Cause well, if it is a remake, hopefully they come
I
out
don't
with another
know.
game with the old
Honestly, I'd be
content.
kind of down for
Yeah,
just a
it'd be cool
remake.
to have a remake. Yeah, yeah, I guess it would be cool to have a remake to play all the old stuff again.
I'm down for
I thought
whatever
I
they
heard something was gonna
decide.
be a sequel to BO2, but honestly, it's not been confirmed yet, so we're not 100% sure. But whatever they do, whatever they do, whatever they do,
Can you
it
tell
should
we're
be cool.
children?
Such a child, dude. Voodoo still makes me laugh. All right, all right.
Doo-doo.
BO6, dude. All right, I'm really hyped for all this zombies information that's come out. I didn't even know about this. The CallOfDuty.com is giving us some great information here.
Yeah,
Literally
if you guys want to
anything you
check
need to
out the
know.
blog that they released, we'll have it linked in the description of the podcast down below.
Yeah.
And if you guys want to check out the full gameplay that came out recently, I released it all the footage that they came out with for gameplay without commentary or watermark or anything like that. That'll be up in the corner there, linked. But without further ado, let's dive into it. There's so much to unpack here. So,
Dude. All right, hold on. Can we hold on just for 1 second? I gotta go to the bathroom real quick.
oh yeah, dude.
Sorry. Hell, West Virginia. I am hell yeah.
West Virginia, Liberty Falls, shooting all the zombies. But the two maps that we're going to be getting, Terminus Island. That's the one that we got the gameplay for. Prison
Wait,
Island.
Taylor, quick question. Sorry,
Yeah.
I don't mean to interrupt, but are these the only two maps that are coming out for zombies confirmed? Or okay,
Yeah.
so there isn't gonna be more later down the line, or
Yeah, definitely.
oh,
So,
there will be.
yeah.
Okay.
There's
These
no
are just the two coming out with the game.
Yep.
Right.
The two coming out with the game.
There'll
But-
be DLC. There's always DLC, right?
So the two maps that we're gonna get on release is gonna be Terminus Island and Liberty Falls, West Virginia.
Sorry for making you say that.
You're okay, but we got the gameplay of Terminus, and again, I had that linked earlier. Dude, it looks so good.
Driving the boats, like that looks so fun, dude.
I think
I'm
this
so
is
hyped
the
for that one.
first round-based zombies map. This is the first round-based zombies map that we're able to ride vehicles in.
Really?
Because like
You
we were
weren't
able to
this?
do it in Outbreak during Cold
Oh.
War, but like during round-based, it just did not have any sort of vehicles or anything like that. But
Dang,
so
that's awesome.
yeah, so essentially on
cool.
that gameplay, they showcased a whole bunch of things. Can run through the major ones right now. I mean, it's all displayed over here on the blog if you guys really want super in-depth detail for it. But I mean, there's a lot. I mean, this is just a whole information dump. So
And there's some stuff literally like blocked by the CIA that we can't see yet. I like how they did that, barred it with like the white.
the CIA is on my ass. But honestly, like, yeah, I'm super excited for what they have. I mean, Terminus is apparently in the Philippine Sea. I mean, and then you got Liberty Falls in, like you said, almost hell, West Virginia.
Yeah, yeah, and what I said like earlier, I think it's cool. Like what you I think it's cool because I love whenever they do like city maps. So I always think that this is cool, and I like this because it just feels like you're at home, kind of. I don't know, but
The way that it kind of looks to me, and I know that they don't want us to reference old maps to, make it seem one way or another, but it seems like Terminus, it's Mob of the Dead like, it's got a prison, everything like
Yeah.
that, but it's.
okay. Actually, yeah, I didn't think about that until you said that, but you're right.
We were told that it's going to be one of the biggest zombies maps ever, if not the biggest.
So you're actually gonna be like travel like around the city, like going
To,
to
like,
houses. Do you think too?
No, so this is the island one. So you'll be going to different islands on Terminus and
Oh, on
whatnot
Terminus. Sorry, I
with
was
the
talking about
boats.
Liberty
Yep,
Falls.
you're thinking of
Gotcha.
Liberty Falls, but Liberty Falls is also supposed to be a really big map. It seems like transit like almost with the whole
Yeah.
town based and everything like that. It
I
definitely.
definitely could see that.
So I mean, I am very excited.
Me
We
too.
haven't
I
seen
love
any
towns.
game. We haven't gotten gameplay of Liberty Falls yet, but like I said, we got the Terminus one.
Yep.
So the major points for Terminus, there is, the return to round based zombies because we didn't get that in MW3. I mean, thank God, it's just regular round based zombies. We
Yes.
get the whole regular point system, but we have the salvage system on top of that, like in Cold War, where you use that to build equipment. And unlike last time where they used it to build armor, you're actually going to have a separate armor system to go through. And you're going to have to plate yourself instead of it automatically plating. So that's a different mechanic that they switched up. The when you pack a punch, the zombie mods on the guns, those have been moved from the pack a punch machine to a separate to where the armor station is, because the armor station used to be with the tactical equipment. So they combine those two into their own separate station that you use to armor up and then upgrade and get attachments for your weapons. Essentially, those elemental attachments that you get, like brain rot. Actually, no, I have to see which ones they actually go and release for, but there's a new one called, it's something void, but it looks really cool. They unfortunately got rid of the shatter blast weapon mod, so that's kind of a downgrade, but I mean,
Dang.
hey, you can't have everything. So
Yeah.
but the return of the field upgrades, that's what it is. Not It's a separate thing, but they did return to field upgrades. So we have Ether Shroud, Frenzied Guard, Healing Aura, and Energy Mine, kind of like Cold War. They have a new field upgrade called Dark Flare, which is a massive beam of energy that destroys the target.
Ooh, yeah.
So that
That's what
sounds,
I see that one right now. That looks sick.
but the that's what it is. The attachment is Shadow Ball. So it essentially, I believe that's what it's for, but there's a lot of different things that have gone into this. Where is that damn thing? Son of a
What are you looking for?
bitch. There it is. All right. For crying out loud, that entire part's probably going to get cut out. But the new weapon attachments, there are ones returning like Brain Rot, Cryo Freeze, Dead Wire, Napalm Burst, but the new one is Shadow Rift. So that is the new weapon attachment to your guns, and it's basically like a Gersh device type thing where it's like a black hole that sucks the zombies in and
Oh,
kills
that's
them.
sick.
But there's a new perk on the map as well, Mancino. It's called Melee Mancino. So I think it's coffee like, I would assume, the
Dang.
taste. But you basically get like a melee that it's like an upgraded, if you played Origins, and it's like the elemental punch and you just punch them and then they go flying, so it's pretty neat. But
What's it
when
called again? Sorry.
melee
I see it.
Mancino,
Yeah, macchiato. I think macchiato.
macchiato,
Yeah, I think it's like
I'm
a
just
can of
illiterate,
coffee.
I don't drink coffee.
Yeah, me neither. Me neither.
Macchiato, my macchiato ass. But
You
the
and your fancy words,
you and
macchiato.
your fancy whip drinks and you kids and your
Ooh,
ventis and whatever. Starbucks.
that does look awesome though, just being able to punch them. But I also like how when you drink it, like the boxing gloves are like punching out of the machine. That's super cool.
Machine. I do
Yeah,
like that
machine.
too. One thing that they don't have, so they have 8 perks on this map that are going to be returning, or 4 or 7 perks that are returning, and then you have the
Yep.
one new one. But
Yep.
they
That's awesome.
have
8 perks.
Quick Revive, Juggernog,
With vibe.
Stamina
I
Up,
won't do that.
Elemental Pop from Cold War, Deadshot, Speed Cola, PhD. Love that.
Oh yeah,
Love
who
the
doesn't like PhD?
dude. PhD's goated as hell. But one weird thing is, there's the OG4 perks, but there's one of those OG4 missing. There's no double tap.
I was about yeah, double tap is missing. We got stamina up, speed, and quick and jug.
Got everything but double tap. That's a
Mm.
little bit odd, but I mean, I hope that maybe it's in Liberty Falls, perhaps. Maybe
Yeah,
that,
maybe it'll come back in a different map in a DLC or something. That'd be nice.
but that's definitely something that I noticed that was like, huh, where's that at? I want my
Yeah,
double tap. What the heck?
exactly. Double
So,
tap's legendary.
exactly. But yeah, I mean, one thing that I found out about the beta, for all of you guys that want the early access beta, when I originally looked at the information, it said that zombies was going to be in it. I was watching Codename Pizza's stream, and because he played at Treyarch, and he said that he talked to the developers, and they said that it will not be in the beta zombies mode. It'll be strictly multiplayer,
Oh,
and
okay.
maybe some campaign, but no zombies in the beta on the
Dang.
30th of
I would love
August.
to play some zombies.
I would have too, but unfortunately, no zombies. It was supposedly a rumor. I could have swore I saw it on official Xbox Game Pass saying the different tiers of Game Pass get access to different things, and zombies was one of them. So that
Is it
confuses
not there
me,
anymore?
but
Or
I
have you not looked again?
I haven't looked again, but I'm gonna take the word of the person who's talked directly from the developer. So
Yeah,
but yeah, that disappointed me when I heard that. But at
of
least to
course.
say we'll be focusing on that multiplayer side of things during
Yep.
that. But
Guess so.
back to the zombies. There's, I mean, there's just so much to unpack in this, and there's really
Dude.
no point. And I mean, you can go and read it for yourself. But so we're gonna go over some of the, like I said, the bigger things. There are three boss or four different types of zombies in the map. There's, or technically five if you include the normal zombies, but you have the zombies, you have like parasites that fly around, you have the mangler,
Oh yeah.
and then you have like almost like an abomination of a bunch of zombies morphed together. And then there's the like spider zombie that
Oh
like
my god, that thing
shoots
looks
out of the
terrifying.
heads of the other zombies. Like it just that thing looks disgusting, but
Yeah.
so we'll see. There we go. So we have zombies, armored zombies,
Yep.
heavy zombies apparently that wear armor.
Interesting.
The vermin, that's what it's called. Those nasty spider things.
Dude, that yeah, you're right. The vermin. That thing looks in the trailer when it like comes out of the body. That thing. Oh god,
It
that's
just
giving me
looks
nightmares.
disgusting. You have
For real.
parasites in the sky that shoot
Yep.
stuff at you, and then you have the
Oh,
manglers, and then
nice.
amalgams,
Oh, what?
amalgams,
Those?
amalgams.
It's got like a mouth in its chest. That thing is
Sounds
weird.
like Among Us.
Among Us.
do, do,
Brother.
do, 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 do. Oh yeah, and then it looks like as the rounds get higher, they'll return to having super sprinters.
Yes, so there's actually a challenge.
Yes,
And those
exactly.
slings are terrifying as well. When you just like have your back turned for a second, turn around, and it's right in your face.
Yep. But oh, dude, there's also I don't know if you saw in the trailer or not, and I didn't hear many other people talk about this, but the giant tentacle that came out of the water, and it's
I
almost
don't
like
know
a
if I remember
giant.
seeing that.
There's like a giant tentacle that comes out and like turns towards the player, like it's about to shoot him with like some goop or something. Like if there's a giant
Interesting.
sea
So there might
monster,
be like on each like level, there might be like uh a
a bigger boss fight type
a bigger
thing.
boss. I didn't know. I didn't want to say boss. I don't know if it was gonna be boss, but I just mean a villain strictly for that map or something.
Yeah,
Pretty like an octopus is strictly on that map. It wouldn't be on the other one probably, but
yeah.
they might have something on that map that's just on
That's
that map.
different to like the tentacle, but it
Yeah.
also is, does its own thing. But that was something that I
Right.
saw that was like, huh, that's really cool that I hadn't seen.
Yeah. That. Oh, you know what? You've been talking a while. You want me to talk about traps because I'm see some
Dude,
traps.
yeah, go for
I'll
it.
let you take a break from talking a little bit. I'll talk about some of the traps that are coming. And I don't know 100% if all these are like coming back or if they're new. So if you know as I'm saying them, you're more than welcome to uh comment that. Tentacle traps though are gonna be here.
Trying to find
Void
where the hell
comment.
the traps are.
It's in part 6. It's under a living world of terror and traps. It's like the last thing under a higher round of hordes.
High round. Oh, yep, I see it.
Should be the next thing. Yeah.
Yeah, go for it.
Okay, cool. So, the tentacle traps are gonna be. I wanted to talk a little bit. Okay, so those are the ones you have to activate by a switch. Those are the like that have the switch and you have to activate. Those are the tentacle traps.
Yeah, and it
And then
looks
the
like it
void.
comes from above. too.
Yeah, yeah. It looks very like coming from a vent or something. That looks interesting. And then we got void common traps, which looks like this purple beam that just shoots at the zombies. Um,
Almost like a giant
Assistant in
void.
artillery defense cannon. It's a cannon. Okay, so that's pretty sick. Whoa.
Yeah, that does
That,
sound badass.
that sounds sick. Then there's one strictly called the tentacle. Oh, that's what you saw.
Oh,
There's a
I'm
trap.
so
It's a
stupid, dude. That's a
trap.
trap. I
Gotcha.
thought that was
Okay.
something that was gonna attack the player.
Dude, yeah, me too. I thought the same thing. Oh my god. So when there's smoke, there's fire, or in this case, there's an alarming, choking lightning about a cloud of toxic smog, which indicates that there's an octopus tentacle nearby. It seems like. So yeah, it doesn't really say what it's gonna do, but it just says venture off at your own risk. So it seems like it's probably like in the ocean. It has a chance to attack you while you're out on the ocean.
I
So
wonder if
that's awesome. That's like in Resident Evil 2, like when the dude is just following you around the prison. You could go around any corner and he could be right there. It just makes tension like nonstop, which I love that idea. That's awesome.
something that I don't believe they mentioned in this, but what I heard from uh Codename Pizza's video about all the information that he got. Actually, no, from Dalek JD's video. He basically said that they are implementing a feature for solo play where you can save and quit
And then come back.
and then come back to it.
Oh my god. 2024. It took them that long to do
Took
that.
them
Okay, that's awesome that they're doing that though. Hell yeah.
exactly. So you don't have to
16 years.
Yeah.
But all right, let's go. If they take it out in the next one, I'll be very upset. That better be a feature they keep
Yes, this
for
better
the rest
be
of the time.
yeah, it better be something that they build upon and actually do
That's
something
awesome.
about. But yes, I heard that and I was like, that's fantastic. Absolutely fantastic to hear. But oh, you know what's kind of wild?
What?
They got rid of the carpenter power up.
Oh my God, you're right. I didn't notice that. I was looking through it. I didn't notice it, but you're right. They did take out Carpenter. Carpenter. Oh, dude, I like
Carpenter.
Carpenter. I like Carpenter.
Rick Toffin and BO2. Carpenter.
Carpenter.
But we already went over this in the last podcast, but they did say some different gobblegums. I mean, the gobblegum
Yeah, I
machine,
saw
the
that.
Mr. Peaks, is returning, and we found that out a few weeks ago. But I think there's going to be rare gobblegums, such as Shield Up and Killjoy. There's going to be epic gobblegums like Free Fire and Soda Fountain, legendary like Phoenix Up and Wall to Wall clearance. Ultra gobblegums like Perkaholic and Wonder Bar, which lets you get a wonder weapon on the hit on whatever hit of the box. So finally, you can say, "I got the ray gun on the first hit of the box every time." And then
Oh
there's
my.
gonna
Oh, okay. That's awesome.
And then there's going to be the whimsical gobblegums like Newton's negation, which just is the goofy ones, makes them fly up into the air. But they changed how gobblegums are earned in the course of the game. So it's no longer something that you can buy outside of the game. It's something that you have to earn every round that you flip. You have a chance of earning a gobblegum. And then the rarity of that
Oh.
gobblegum is, dependent
Random.
on how rare that gobblegum is. But
Gotcha.
so that was kind of the new mechanic for the gobblegums and you can hold up to 3 gobblegums at a time. So
Let's go, dude. That's nice. Hell yes.
very nice
Love to see
feature.
that.
Quality of life. It seems like they're really going for a lot of the different quality of life improvements with the game.
Which I can see that.
I don't know if you saw it in the equipment section, but you can actually get an equipment that turns you into a mangler zombie. So
I
you're
did not see that. That's awesome.
So you basically turn into a giant cannon zombie. You can shoot a giant cannon blast at the horde. You can do a melee weapon, a melee attack. It's honestly looks really badass.
That sounds badass.
And then even now, when you kill the manglers, you can they have a chance of dropping their arm cannon, and then you can pick it up and use it for like 2 shots to kill the zombies.
Gotcha.
So they really
Wow.
there's some really neat stuff that they ended up
Dude,
going
they
through.
really seem like they're improving. Yeah, that's awesome.
They are. It really seems like they're trying to go above and beyond, like a really amazing collaboration between everything that was great in Cold War and everything that was great in Black Ops 3 and just combining it together.
Right. Yeah.
The best way that I can describe Black Ops 6 at this current time that I feel like it's going to be is Black Ops 3 2.
And dude, we don't want to or oh wait, no, actually you're right. But oh wait, no. Black Ops 3 squared.
Very true. Yes, Black Ops 3 squared.
Riley, you nerd.
Riley freaking nerd.
But dude, that would be awesome. We don't want to jinx it, but this does seem like this could be the best zombies since BO3, which would be awesome, dude. And
Absolutely phenomenal, dude.
then it would be like pretty much. I missed the BO3 Prime, so I would be able to get to kind of revisit it. I mean, not to the same extent, of course. It won't have like running on walls, but like it's still. I like the zombie movement. Should we talk about that?
Oh yeah, go for it.
Well, I gotta find it real quick. I don't remember where that was at. I assume that's to the same scale as Omni movement.
Yeah, I believe it's basically just their version of the Omni movement in
Which is
zombies.
just gonna be able to get some sick zombie kills, like doing 360s and
Yeah.
shooting them with doing some quick trick shots. That's awesome. Yeah, just pretty much adding what they did with the Omni movement. Yeah, so it is pretty much just Omni movement and zombie. I guess they're just calling it zombie movement in this, but that's cool. And then I saw
Zombie.
that zombie movement. Omni movement. What would the campaign be then? No, can't think of anything.
Cum movement.
God, they couldn't call it that. No wonder they didn't.
Yeah, they can just have it spelled with a K. It's fine.
Oh, yeah. A movement.
But
Oh, that's cool.
with the Easter egg side of things, you will basically day one, or I believe it depends on how they want to set it up. If it's like after the first week of everybody getting into the map, then they initiate the Easter eggs. But the Easter eggs for the first couple of weeks, like the Easter egg quest that everybody's been accompanied to, finding, it's a community effort to get the puzzle pieces solved. That's going to be like a community effort for the first few weeks, and we'll get it. And then as players get that Easter egg achievement, they'll get a calling card to signify, hey, I got I beat the Easter egg. But also what they're going to do to help players that aren't quite at the level of doing Easter eggs to get more accompanied into it is after a few weeks of it being out and it being solved, they're going to go and do almost a quest like way of doing it where you have your go pick this up, go do that. More of
It's actually going to tell you how to do it.
it's more like a mission as opposed to the traditional Easter egg. So that
it's
is
just like in plain sight. You kind of got to figure it out for yourself.
yes. So it's like I really like that they're going to reward the players that go and do it within the first couple of weeks and signify like, hey, I'm good at this game, man. I know how to do this stuff, but I also think it's a good bridge to gap to get people on board into doing Easter eggs, into solving them, and doing those sorts of things, and
that is really awesome.
It'll get people to want to go back to the older games in turn and then learn them and that sort of stuff. Because I mean, they're just so in depth, and each game has a change of Easter eggs. And their complexity and those sorts of things, but they want to move away from you having to have a guide up all the time
to be able to solve them.
To be able to solve the Easter eggs and move forward, because like not all the BO2 maps, you need a guide up next to you to help.
Because they're just so complex.
Yeah, same with Black Ops 4. They're just so complex that unless you do it on the daily, you're not going to remember any of the steps, and they're too complex. So I think that Cold War started getting that balance on the right track, but I think that this game will hopefully nail that balance so that we can
it seems like
be good. But
right.
But I mean, overall, that's pretty much. I think
so,
we touch. What's up?
I was just gonna say real quick. So, is the Easter egg gonna be? So the Easter egg from day one is gonna be implemented. It just won't be like. It just will be like you said. You can figure it out, but then like a couple weeks down the line, they're gonna drop it, or is it the Easter egg not gonna be implemented day one on?
It really depends on how they do it, because if it depends how they do it as they did in Cold War, where they wouldn't let you access the Easter eggs so that everybody has the ability to get adjusted to the map and figure out how to get pack-a-punch, everything like that. And then like 2 days after, then
Then they'll drop it.
they'll drop an update that implements the Easter egg, so you could do that first step or something like that and get the ball
Gotcha.
going. But then once the community figures it out, there'll be like probably a few weeks, maybe until like the next map pack drops or something like that, where you complete the Easter egg and then you get that calling card. But then after that time period, they're gonna implement like a quest, like system where it more holds your hand, almost like your the way that you get Pack-a-Punch open, how it'll say like, hey, do this objective, then do this objective, and it'll lay it out for you, as opposed to you figuring it out. So
Right.
it just
Okay. Yeah.
we'll just have to wait and see how it all shakes out. But
Yeah.
I mean,
Yeah,
overall,
dude. We pretty much touched upon most of the stuff. I mean, and of course, if you want to see, we didn't talk about every little thing. So if you want to see it, like Taylor said, it's gonna be in the description of this video, as well as the channels that we talked about in this video. There will be the link below as well.
later this week I will release a 5 minutes to get everything that you need to know to have all the information for Black Ops 6 Zombies, so that you're up to speed on Black Ops 6 Zombies.
Oh yeah.
Heart you,
Can't wait to
James.
see it. That'll be a hard to James. That'll be a nice